Hello, all back. I wanted to do a little video. I had done the video. My granddaughter thought she'd help her papaw out and try to, because my video wasn't uploading and she deleted it. So I'm gonna have to redo this video. And I just woke up a little tired, so bear with me. Church this morning. We got church at 10:30 this morning. It's a Sunday morning, August 2nd here. So the wife is decorating the kitchen. She got new pans. I put in a black iron pipe to hang the pans off of our one cabinet, and she wanted a little pantry because we got a little hutch. We put our mops and all that, and our broom and stuff, dustpan and all that, off to the side by, and she wants to find a place where they can be stored neat and somewhere to put the trash can inside. Whatnot, and so I'm going to be building a little pantry, and these are the boards. We're just doing construction lumber. I'll run these through the planer and I'll sand all this, and we're going to cut 4 of these, and then it's going to be like a box. You box it in and it'll have the parts on the bottom, and I might put a small shelf in it and whatnot. I know we always talk about woodworking, but I like to talk about other things too. The good Lord's the reason all this is possible. God, all things are possible to our Lord. I wouldn't be where I'm at without Him. So, and I had talked about my pastor, Pastor Shane, wonderful pastor. We love him. Just down to earth guy. He preaches good, honest Christian beliefs. Just phenomenal. Only thing, and we became members. We've been there 3 years. It's a good little church. They're very loving. In fact, they're the ones that came over and helped me remodel my kitchen, helped me do the flooring and put all the cabinets in, and tore everything down all the way to the bare walls, and we put in some OSB stuff or paneling or whatever you want to call it. Fill that in. I'm working on. I got a lot of it done. I got to get my one side over here, my kitchen done, and the back part, a little piece over here, and then I'm going to be redoing the trim. It's eventually all going to be redone in that kitchen, and then I'll move on to my computer room. I think we're going to lay some laminate down eventually and stuff. And I also mentioned, I'll tell you what. Now the thing is, in beliefs, I used to be Baptist, so they're Nazarene. So I tease them, say I'm a Nazarene Baptist or a Baptist Nazarene, whatever you want to call it. And we always believe that Baptists, once saved, always saved. They believe in it's a total sanctification, which you can backslide enough where you can lose. But I don't think God's an anything giver. But I try to. I mean, it's a hard thing. It's a hard thing. I try to follow the way with their beliefs because we are members and we love that little church. And like I said, they teach. There ain't really any difference from how Pastor Shane teaches and what I did in a Baptist church. It's all good, real Christian. Yeah, it's just, it can't get any better. It doesn't get any better than it is there. They believe in honest biblical teachings, and that's what I love about it. And I'll tell you what, his wife she's phenomenal too. We love her, little Jen. Shout out to Jen and Pastor Shane. Little Jen, I'm telling you, dude, you can't be around her 5 minutes. If you were the most depressed person in the world, 5 minutes with her and you'd be the happiest person in the world. I get around her. She's so bouncy, and she just got a lot of spirit. She's just everywhere. She's funny, makes you laugh. We just love little Jen. She's a sweet person, and those people are so loving. I mean, they'll help you in any way they can. God puts you where He wants you, and apparently that's where God wanted us, because, like I said, it might not be this giant church, which I'd love to fill that entire church with people. We want everyone to go to heaven. It breaks my heart to see anybody die lost. It's not good, and that little church, I can't say enough about it. And another reason, my Baptist church, we were kids, knew all the people, loved everybody there too. Things have changed. different pastors in and out, and you know, it's hard to get used to when you don't really know. The congregation has changed. We don't really know many people. There's still some old fellows still there that I can't believe they're still alive when we were kids, and they're up there in their age. And I just, like I said, we love our little church. We're there to stay, and whether you think about seeing your other church, it just doesn't feel the same sometimes. You know that all the people you once loved that were there, a lot of them have passed away, and it's just part of life. God calls his angels home, and that's the end of that. But anyway, I just wanted to say shout out to my pastor Shane and little Jen, his wife. We just love them, and I couldn't say enough about those people. They got hearts as big as the world. That's all I can say. And God's really, you can tell those people, God's really in their lives. And they say you can tell by the fruit you bear. So, and it's definitely, they got some huge fruit. So, love you guys. Wanted to say a shout out to you guys. And yeah, absolutely. But we're gonna, like I said, working on this pantry. It's gonna be 4 boards. It's nothing made. We're gonna screw these down. It'll look like a square box at both ends, and then we'll put them together. And once I'll put them like this way. I don't know if I'm gonna set it in like that. Probably like that, so I can put in a little shelf, a cross shelf, and then lay something down for like a, you know, like a something thicker, like a piece of plywood in there, and then maybe I'll cover it somehow. I don't know yet. We're looking to see where it goes. I know I'd like to have, I don't know if I'm going to do a gray paneling. I was thinking about, I take my laminate, I like it because I did my countertop on it, and I cut it down, cut all the sides off, and make paneling out of it because I love the color and the way it looks. It kind of matches my kitchen because we got the same thing on our floors. I was trying to make stuff match, but our walls are made wood. I'm trying to make it a Western theme, like it looks like the old Western style. Back you walk in, like they used to walk into the tavern, you know, the cowboys back in 1800s, and you could always tell it was a Western bar. It looked just old style. I kind of like that look, and kind of modern with a little bit of Western kick to it. So, and the wife loves it. I want to get it finished. I bought this paneling. I still got it over here, and I got some there. When I bought it, it was $25 a sheet. It wasn't cheap. And I should have went back and got a couple extras just to make sure I had it, and I didn't do it. And the neat thing, how God works, you know, you always wonder, man, how, I tried looking for it. They want $199 a sheet because it's got to be back ordered, and they really don't make it like that. They have to order it and get it ordered in. And I about fell over when I heard that. He goes, yeah, that stuff for one sheet is almost $200. He said, it is crazy because they got to back order it. They got to get it, find it, and have it made or whatever, and they just don't stock it anymore. So a little story on it. So I was wondering, man, what am I going to do if I can't finish I can't have it mismatched, you know, that ain't going to look cool. But I happened to have brought my buddy over. I had 3 sheets up, and I thought, there ain't going to be no way. Happened to cut them all down, and I had just enough to finish it. Tell you, good Lord works. Tell you that. Perfect. And we just had enough to finish it. And I might have a little extra left over, not much, but it just blew me away that I got enough to do that, finish my back wall, and I got 2, I don't know how many, 4 over here, and I think I got a couple little ones which will be enough because the wall is only a small section that I got to finish, and it just blew me away that we just cut it right on the button, cut everything right. And although we did cut into my table saw, so I got to JB weld that now, but it didn't hurt it really. Just kind of cut a slice of it. I'm just going to fill it in with some JB weld and sand her down, and it'll be all right. But or eventually maybe I'll get me a new. I want to keep this just for like, you know, if I have to go somewhere, I can put it in the back of my truck and use it at a site if somebody wants something done, or I can. Like I said, I want to get a bigger one. I got an outfeed table. I wish I would have had that built because I would have cut into that and been whatever. I'll replace the wood I ruined. But I want to get that outfeed table put on. And excuse me. get it done, and once I have the outfeed table, of course, I'll have more room to cut stuff and that kind of thing. And I started that a while back, and like I said, I'll tell you what I explain what some of the stuff I've done. And like I said, I don't worry, I'm cutting all this wood. We're gonna sit here, or we're cutting this size, cutting this the same thing, yada yada yada. Now I will show you. You build a little makeshift thing. I could run it through my table saw a bunch of times and knock the ends off and have a gap if I needed it for. And then I take it the 2x4 and I cut it like that and cut the ends and make this all hollow out. And you only got a flat piece basically here. It'll be just like a little flat piece, and it'll nail into the other one. I have to. It ain't been a minute since I've done it, so I have to figure out how I did those cuts again and make sure I cut. Because you got to have one cut the right. If you cut one the wrong way, they're set up so they interlock, and you can screw them in. And if you do one the wrong way, then you have to. Yeah, you can ruin it, and you have to get a new leg and cut it the right or left way, because when you put them together, they're going to be locked like left side, right side, so forth, so on. So you got to make sure you get those cuts right, or they won't interlock right. You'll have a left side and a right side, and you'll have two lefts or two right, and you don't want that. You want a left and a right, left and a right, pretty much. And you'll understand what I'm doing. I'll show you. The boards are. Yeah, I gotta find my boards. That was a lot of work, and I did it out of construction lumber again, like I said, and some of it I got is gonna be hickory. It's hard. I love the wood. It's just you got to drill your holes. It'll crack easy. It's a hard. I actually have better luck with my pines and stuff because they're a little softer and they a little easier for screws to screw into. Those are just, I mean, you drill a screw in there, and I learned a technique we can screw them in and out, get them in that way. Still a chance on cracking it. I just rather drill the hole and screw it together and be done with it. I don't know where my, okay. Yeah, there's a couple of them down there. I hope they're kind of all down there. I see a couple of them, but I don't know. Okay, I see them. They're all under the big bench here. I think I'm gonna. I thought about putting in another board here, another board there, and another board here. But I don't want to block the hole either, so I'm trying to figure out if I can do two holes. I'm going to leave the side open, so I don't know if I just want to put stuff in through the side and then I want to put some drawers in. If I put some 2x4s in, I'd have to have another 2x4. You know, you got to have something for your rails to slide on too. And I wouldn't, you know, you don't want, I'd probably have to put one on the back, and I don't think that's possible. Yeah, I could. I'd have to crawl in there and screw them in, kind of do them like that. Do one like that, one the other way, that way you're covered. That, we'll see how that goes too down the road. Maybe I'll, you know, do that. See how that goes. Like I said, I put some little feet on these things. Screw them down. If that was just a little off, I don't know. I had to put a foot on the side of this one because it was a little wobbly, and then once I screwed it down, put the cross beam in the front, and she all solid it up. Man, I'll tell you what, you can grab this thing. I could hook a chain to it. I'd probably have to hook a chain to it and yank it out of there. It's pretty solid. I'm going to put a trim on it. Think about trimming it off. I'm not sure yet. Get some trim in there and maybe put a small piece of trim across it. Tack that in and cover the edges. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, it's all stuff we got to make more content later to come. And depends on what I'm thinking and what I want to do and how much more I want to put into stuff. And I know I got to get under there. I do definitely have to get under this bench and put those cross members in. And then I'm thinking about taking a 2x4, put my jack under there to push that up, the beam, to shove it up to even that where the bow is. I got a couple to put in, screw those in, and then start putting my legs in and cover my rest of the top of this so I have it extended. And I can actually use my big bench here and then my table saw here and whatnot. So, like I said, I wanted to reach out to you guys and shoot this video. And like I said, my granddaughter deleted my original video, so I tried to get back into it. But I just always want to say, man, believe in loving the Lord. You know, eternal life in heaven is, you know, versus, you know, dying lost and finding yourself in hell. Heaven and hell are real. God is real. He was crucified. He gave his son for us. I mean, it's like giving your son, here, take my son, beat him to half to death, hang him on a cross till he dies, and have to witness your own son. And God's watching from heaven. All this is unfolding, and while he watches, you know, his son being crucified and all that. I mean, could we honestly love our children as much as we do, and they're a gift from God to begin with, and say, here, give it to these people that, you know, I don't remember what, Romans or whatever they were, and innocent man did nothing. Beat him for what reason? And like they said, when there was the thief, the murderer, and God, and they end up, I don't remember, they released one over God when God, and even they didn't want to do it. They even said he's in it, he hasn't done anything. People are like, crucify him. I mean, that's pretty cruel, man. So you're going to let a murderer, whatever, the thief, murderer, whatever he did, let him go, and then you take and crucify our Lord, an innocent man sentenced to death for no reason? That's as cruel, man, as it comes. If God had, or you know, the Lord had to witness that, and watching his son being done that way. But that was the way for us to have eternal life. Without it, we'd all die lost. So could we honestly say, could we do it? There's no way I would ever give up any of my children and have that done. There's no way. So, you know, too many miracles, too many blessings. Things happen sometimes that we can't explain. That's spiritual divine. That's heavenly, you know, that's God stepping in and saying, hey, you know, people end up with diseases and then they're cured, and they pray, and you do your prayers and go back in and you're completely cured. That's heavenly, divine, inspired. I mean, that's God stepping down saying, yep, he's going to heal them, you know. But anyway, just, I love the Lord. I'm always going to be, and that's, you know, I'm on that path. I slipped off for a lot of years. I lost people in my life I loved, and I took it out on the Lord, and I went my own way, and I got in the ways of the world. You know, the flesh, I let the flesh beat me, and I was pretty well beat down. You always, when you love the Lord and you've given your life, and when you fall off that path, you feel like there's somebody missing in your life. You can feel that, and it's like he's always there, trying to get back in. And I'm so glad that, you know, you think sometimes you're so low that, hey, God will never forgive me. I've done too much. God will always forgive you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. He never has me. And I just want to put that out there, because I got all these things which are material. It's all, you can't take it when you die. It's going to go away, you know. We got to live for God, and we can't live with the flesh. Our flesh is evil. We fight against the flesh. Your eyes see it. Oh, you see it. You're married, you see a girl walking down the street, and you know, boom. You're gonna sit if you've sinned or thought the wrong thing. Job's, my favorite one is I make a covenant with my eyes. I love that. Nobody like Job. I'd love to be able to do what Job did, but not everybody's Job. You know, you can't. There's one Job. God made him special, and that's just how it is. Everybody's made special in their own way. I do love the book of Job. I love reading it. I love hearing his story. And he lost everything. And the cool thing is, God wasn't God. The devil decided he wanted to pick on somebody. He was telling the Lord that I can't mess with him. You protect him too much. And God said he'd release that protection. He was allowed to do whatever he wanted to Job, but he couldn't harm the flesh. And he took everything from Job, man, destroyed his family's houses, his animals, his crops, all that. And Job never once blamed the Lord. And he continued to pray and love the Lord. His own wife told him to forsake the Lord and just die. And he called her pretty much a foolish woman. And so, you know, and then God finally, after it was all said and done, he got back tenfold. He had double of everything he lost. God gave him back double of everything. So, I mean, I love the Bible, man. I can get into things. I'm not perfect at trying to remember everything, and you know, it's a lot of years, and I'm getting older, and I don't remember things like I used to. I just gotta try to relive it in my mind that I've read, things I've read, and you know, hearing our pastor's sermons and try to remember everything. That sometimes will kick in. Sometimes I remember, and sometimes I don't. But my thing is just love the Lord, live by His word, His commandments, and follow the winding path. Never follow that straight path. That'll lead you straight to hell. So we don't want none of that. We want everybody to be in heaven. Everybody we can get there, we want to get there. I don't want to see anybody die lost. Never, ever. But all right, guys, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all. I appreciate you watching. Always, God bless you all. Always be safe until the next video. Thank you much.